Why El Chapo's son will escape the same prison his dad escaped. The son of the notorious drug lord El Chapo, Joaquín Guzmán López, is currently behind bars in one of Mexico's most high-security prisons. But the question on everyone's mind is, will he follow in his father's footsteps and escape?
We turn now to the other developing headline tonight, the notorious drug lord El Chapo, who escaped months ago into that mile-long tunnel carved beneath his prison cell with full electricity. And in the end, this is what he looked like when he was found. Will he now be brought here to the U.S.? ABC's Gio Benitez, who first showed us that tunnel in Mexico, back on the case tonight.
In Florence, Colorado, which is about 2 hours outside of Denver, there is a maximum security correctional facility. It is the prison in the United States with the greatest level of security. Since it first opened its doors in 1994, the Administrative Maximum Facility, also known as the ADX, has never had a prisoner break out. This is one of the reasons why former members of federal law enforcement believe that Sinaloa cartel drug lord Joaquín El Chapo Guzman will spend the rest of his life behind bars. For him to escape, he would need to have a warden in his pocket, said a former federal prison official who spoke to the Washington Post on the condition of anonymity because he was discussing sensitive information. It's a pretty regimented atmosphere to work in. Nobody ever moves there without first getting permission from the local authorities. Two prisoners can't enter the institution at the same time. The former officer, who had previously served with ADX, referred to the whole institution as a single special housing unit throughout his description of it. Solitary confinement occurs in the special housing unit, which is sometimes referred to as the SHU.
What's his life in ADX like?
It's pretty much a 23-hour a day in the cell, 1 hour outside. And even outside, it's not a walk in the park. It's a caged environment.
A request for a response was made to the ADX prison administration, but they did not answer. Guzman would be in rare company at the ADX, joining 400 male inmates and a roster of infamous convicted felons such as Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, Terry Nichols, a co-conspirator in the Oklahoma City bombing, Robert Hansen, the traitorous double agent, and Zacharias Mousasi, an al-Qaeda operative and 9/11 conspirator. Duncan Levin, a former federal prosecutor, referred to the institution as a guarded housing facility for the most dangerous and renowned criminals in the world. The eerie quiet that permeates the corridors of the ADX penitentiary is, in the opinion of many visitors to the facility, the most striking and unforgettable feature of the facility. When the former federal prosecutor Alan Kaiser went to visit his client Sal Magluta, who was convicted of leading a massive drug organization in South Florida and sentenced to 200 years in prison, Kaiser said, "I don't think I saw another inmate while I was there." Magluta was given a sentence of 200 years for his role in leading that organization. Everything was spotless and austere. The floors were gleaming, the walls were pristine, and the corridors were devoid of people. There was no one around. There were no noises. According to Deborah Golden, staff attorney for the Human Rights Defense Center, who has visited the ADX on many occasions, detainees at the ADX are confined to tiny cubicles that are the size of a lavatory for the whole of each day, which totals 23 hours. Each Spartan cell is furnished with a bed, consisting of a concrete slab covered with a thin foam mattress, and a combo toilet, sink, and drinking water unit, which combines all three essentials into a single unit. Some of the detainees could get lucky and find that the door to their cell has only a little crack in it, allowing them to have a glimpse of the corridor beyond.
People who've been here say the best hope an inmate has is to be sent somewhere else.
According to Golden's explanation, there are two categories of inmates who are currently completing their sentences at the ADX. The great majority of detainees were sent to the ADX for reasons related to either management or disciplinary procedures. A lesser percentage of inmates were sent there immediately after being convicted of a crime or having a prior criminal record. Golden said that Guzman would be a direct commit, even though he had already escaped from two maximum security prisons in Mexico, the first time in 2001 with the help of prison guards, and the second time in 2015 via a tunnel below the shower in his jail cell.
We turn now to the other developing headline tonight, the notorious drug lord El Chapo, who escaped months ago into that mile-long tunnel carved beneath his prison cell with full electricity and a motorcycle waiting, tonight captured.
According to Golden, the Administrative Supermax program provides a different and more isolated approach. The ADX is the greatest guard-to-prisoner ratio while having the largest population size, which enables higher and more individualized care to be given to each offender. There are 400 convicts housed in the ADX. At the end of the 1980s and beginning of 1990s, people all around the nation began to feel an increasing amount of anxiety over violent crime. The public's imagination was filled with images of the archetypal super predator, heartless criminals who lacked empathy and were so irresponsible that they murdered, looted, and raped on impulse. Although the tough-on-crime posture that developed under President Bill Clinton's administration is no longer in place, many of the policies and initiatives that were instituted during that time are still in effect. This includes the administrative super maximum security prisons. During a press conference in the year 2017, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, Robert Capers, stated that the United States government had given Mexico an assurance that it would not seek the death penalty if Guzman was extradited.
And today marks a milestone in our pursuit of Chapo Guzman, as I'm pleased to announce the extradition of Chapo Guzman to the United States from Mexico.
After being found guilty on Tuesday of running a drug trafficking enterprise, Guzman faced the possibility of receiving a sentence that includes several years of life imprisonment. The 25th of June is the day when his sentence is slated to take place in federal court. I expect the Bureau of Prisons would be concerned about El Chapo's communication access. His phone calls, email access, and letters are likely to be more closely monitored than the average prison there for federal drug possession, Golden said. When you visit the majority of correctional facilities, even those with a high level of security, you will find that the facilities are bustling. Several people may be seen strolling about. However, not when looking at the ADX. Levin said that the level of segregation was quite high and that the climate was as hard as any other location on the planet. If they decide to send El Chapo there, it won't be a coincidence, and you can quote me on that. But the question still remains the same. Would he be able to escape? It is highly unlikely that El Chapo would be able to escape from a Supermax prison. And as we all know, folks, Supermax facilities are designed to be some of the most secure and escape-proof prisons in the world. They use advanced technology and surveillance systems and have highly trained staff to prevent and respond to escape attempts. In addition, they are located in remote and isolated areas, making it nearly impossible for outsiders to assist in any escape attempts. And El Chapo is currently serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole in a Supermax facility and is closely monitored by authorities. It is very unlikely that he would be able to plan and execute an escape from such a facility. While it is always possible that unexpected events could occur, it would be extremely difficult for El Chapo or any other inmate to escape from a Supermax prison like they do in movies. That's all for this video. Like it and share it with your friends. Also, let us know in the comment box what all you think about the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more amazing videos like this and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. Thanks for watching.